What's up, everybody? John Blaze here, doing part 2 of the Prepping for Beginners series. I'm doing this one without my headphones on because I want to test out how good the vocal booth is with the sound straight through the phone. So, I wanna get right into it because I don't want to make another 20-minute video like I did the first one. I've only gotten a couple views so far on the first one, so here we go. Let's get right into it. Alright, so the next things I'm going to focus on, like I said in the first video, was the health aspect of it. Me personally, I'm real big into prepping for the emergency situations and the different issues that are going to arise in a SHTF, an SHTF plan, because, you're not going to have any real ability to go to a hospital or get yourself a surgeon or a nurse or anything like that if it's a big situation like we think it's going to be, where like an EMP goes off or the whole grid goes down for 6 months. They're not going to be able to operate hospitals in the dark. So I want to focus on that personally. Gunshots, because you're gonna have to deal with a lot of gunshots, knife wounds, possibly broken bones, any type of traumas just from fighting people. And there's a lot of shit. Believe me, there's a lot of shit that you have to learn to do yourself to try to figure out how to save yourself or somebody else's life. That's why, if you get on YouTube, I try to look up, battlefield medics and battlefield medicine, military medics. And there's a lot of good videos that show you, with actors and everything, the different types of bleeds. You have to know the difference between a regular bleed and an arterial bleed, how to deal with those certain type of issues, because one's more hazardous than the other. You have to deal with tension pneumothoraxes, the collapsed lung aspect. You have to know what to hear for. Like if somebody has a punctured lung, when they breathe in, it sounds like a sucking sound. You have to know, that you have some type of gauze pad and you got to put Vaseline on it and stick it right over the hole of their lung so that it will allow the person to get their breath. Other things, syringes. You're going to need to know how to, if their lungs start filling up with blood, how to enter the lung and drain it with a syringe. So there's a lot of shit that goes into health preparation and making sure that you have the right things to save somebody or yourself. So first things first, invest in headlamps. Headlamps are, pretty cheap all the way up to really expensive ones. I just got a couple of these. This one, I believe it was like $7, $8, and it's got, a couple settings: low, bright, brightest, and then it blinks. You're definitely gonna need them for the dark. If it really does get knocked out to that point when it becomes nighttime, it's going to be pitch black. You're not going to see anything unless you have sorts of lanterns or something like that. You're not going to want to perform surgery or do different things in complete darkness. You're going to need headlamps. So the next thing, sorry, I keep holding this. This is just a regular baton. These are definitely good to invest in simply because they can be offensive or defensive, and they will help to fend off multiple attackers at once. They'll also protect you from people that might not have access to guns that come after you with swords and knives and shit like that. You can block and do what you need to do there. So the next aspect of our thing is wound medics. You can get this at Kohl's. I know my wife, last Christmas, she got me a couple things that are survival type gear, and this little thing right here, I think it was $12, $15, and it comes with iodine, a 3/4 ounce thing of iodine, a 10cc irrigation syringe, skin tack, topical adhesive. That's I guess to be able to close the wound. It's kind of like the new skin. It's like a glue or something that goes over the wound so that it stops it from bleeding. Wound closure strips, antiseptic wipes, sterile gauze dressing, 2x2, and you get like 3 of them in this package, and then triple antibiotic ointment. That way you don't get an infection. So this was a really good buy. Like I said, you can get this at Kohl's. She got a couple other different things. This is like a 3-tiered thing that has again multiple types of antibiotic ointment, because believe me, antibiotic ointment is a must. You're going to need some type of antibiotics if you do get cut, because there's bacteria, or God forbid people put certain things on the blades. I don't know if people remember history class in Vietnam, how they used to make the little bamboo shards and they'd stick them in the ground so that when our soldiers would walk into them and fall into them, it would puncture right through their feet. And what they do with those bamboo shards, they dip them in human excrement. And excrement is got a lot of dirty shit. I mean, it's shit, you know what I mean? So it's got all types of bacteria, and that would cause the soldiers to get all sorts of infections, and then they would sometimes have to get their feet amputated. So you gotta always be cautious of that too, that people put different things on the blades. So antibiotic ointment and antibiotics in general are definitely a must to save your life. The next things, you're gonna need forms of scalpels, different size knives. I have all sorts size knives just for any and all situations, any and all things that might happen or might need, to cook with, to protect yourself. I have spring-loaded knives. You're gonna want straight-edged knives, and then you're also gonna want serrated blade knives that you can cut different things with. Something fell out of that. I don't know what it was. Next thing, also, I don't exactly know where my wife got this, but again, it's just a normal, simple thing. I believe this is salts in here, like water salts, or it might actually be a light. I haven't actually even opened this or taken it out of the package, because as you see, it's like vacuum sealed into it. This is a thermal blanket inside also. That's to keep you warm. It's really super cold out in the East Coast due to the chemtrailing and all the engineering that they're doing. So that's definitely a must to keep yourself warm. Now, the next bigger things, now we're getting into the more expensive aspects of it. My wife got me one of these. This also came from Kohl's. It's, the Adventure Medical Kit series. This can fit 1 to 2 people and help them for multiple days. This is more for being stuck out in the wilderness. It's got a wilderness and travel medicine book so that you know what types of plants you can eat, what type of plants might help to do different things, what are safe, what are not. It comes, let me put my vape down here for a second. It comes fully stocked in with another set of roll tape, Band-Aids, clean gauze. It comes with sterilized, like tweezers, a whole bunch more antibiotics and stuff like that, non-aspirin, and a big must, oral rehydration salts. That's if you can't get yourself any water or anything like that. And the good thing about this is it's good for infants. You take it, actually you dissolve it in. It says here, I apologize, it's not for if you don't have any water. It's for if you do have water. It's sodium chloride, potassium chloride, trisodium citrate, dehydrate, glucose, anhydrous, and then infants, children, and of course adults. It can be used by any of them to rehydrate you and keep you from getting dehydrated. Like I said, that's all medications. It got it tells you everything it is: wound care and blisters, stings, everything like that. Now to the next part. These I got off Amazon. Now, I wish I would have known before I ordered them, because somebody actually had told me that Amazon uses kind of substandard shit. That's why you can find things that are like $20, $30 cheaper on Amazon regular than other websites, because obviously Amazon makes them themselves, or they get it made in China. So some people say that their shit is like substandard shit, and that kind of worries me, because as you can see, like here's hemorrhage control bandage. This is for if somebody is bleeding like really, really bad. It comes with shears. It comes with the very, very much needed clotting agent, clotting sponges. You get a couple clotting sponges in here. You definitely, if there's one thing you ever need to spend money on, that is quick clot, because it will definitely save your life. You have got to realize in a SHTF situation that somebody somewhere at some time is going to get hurt or injured, either by somebody else or by themselves, just, by accident or on purpose. And you need something that's going to stop the bleeding. 4x4 EMS dressing. This pack, I believe, was, I think, $49.99 or $59.99. I can't remember. But it comes also with gloves, roll tape, and it's actually got extra space in here for more gauze, everything like that. And what's great is it can go right on your belt. You can put it right on your belt, that way you can carry it, and then it's there for when you need to pull it out in an emergency. It's got the belt loops. Now the next thing, this I don't really want to get out, because this is just, hold on here. This is the tourniquets. It's got a tourniquet in it. It's got a, wait, this is the tourniquet. This is, I believe, an immobilizer, the yellow thing. And this thing, I believe, is a, what the hell are they called? Neosophageal. I can never remember or pronounce that shit. It's for your nose, and it's the tube that if the person cannot breathe, you stick the tube through their nose and down their throat, and then you hook it up to that breathing apparatus thing, and you squeeze it, and it breathes for them. But it also, when reading whenever it came, it also has in the pack the tube that goes down the throat as well, with the squeezy thing that, you can help the person keep breathing. So, I I just wanted to show you a couple of the packs that I have. Obviously, as I always say, each video, you never ever show all of the things that you have, because in an emergency situation, if people see the video that might be in your town or your city where you live, then they might have nothing, and they might say, oh, well, I saw that video. Hey, John Blaze has got a bunch of shit that he showed on his YouTube page. He's prepped and ready for this like crazy. Let's go to his house or let's rob him. And then everybody comes and mobs you like crazy and begs for you to, help them and this and that. Or worse, they try to break in, and, it's a situation where you might have to end up in a gunfight. So you never want to tell people everything that you have, any type of stash that you have, nothing. That's why this is just the due diligence to try to help people that don't really know where to start. So I show them certain things. This is just kind of funny. I wanted to throw this in there because a lot of these survival packs that they come with playing cards. And at first I was like, why? That's the stupidest thing I ever really seen or heard of. But then thinking about it, it's actually not, because in a SHTF situation, people don't understand, especially these millennials and these parents that are letting their kids use the iPads and the cell phones all day and night, that they're so hooked on them that when the lights go out and they don't have anything, that they're going to go stir crazy, and they're going to start getting cabin fever, being locked up in the house nonstop with nothing to do. So, playing cards are a really good thing to be able to engage, play solitaire or play poker with your family, whatever. Board games are a good thing to invest in. Books, again, I covered that in the last video, but the last video I was talking about books that you might need to survive. This video, just grab some books that are, drama books, horror books, just books in general, just to read, so you have something to do. So, I am at 17 minutes right now, and like I said, I don't want to make the video too long, because the last one was like 21 minutes, and I only got a couple views on that, because I'm sure people really figured it was too long. So, stay safe, everybody. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open. But always pay it forward. Help out your local neighbor. Help out strangers. If you're ever in the grocery store and people, might not have enough money that's in front of you, give them the extra money. Just love one another, man. That's what God and Jesus Christ always wanted us to do, and that's how we fight these evil powers that be, that are all Satanists and Luciferians, and want to be pedophiles and sacrifice kids and all that. That's how we're going to beat them, through love, loving one another and loving strangers and helping one another. So stay safe, as always. I love y'all. Merry Christmas, and it's John Blaze. Till the end, I'm out.